have a very special unboxing because I have my first ever Eve statue by Rurudo, and this is the Sugar High version, which was also weirdly controversial due to some issues with the prototype versus the finished version versus the included accessories. But thankfully I was able to get her at a decent price thanks to JP Fans. And this figurine is not cheap in the aftermarket. She's usually going now for over £200, which is fairly similar to the Sweet Toxic version, which is also one that I want to get. But I managed to get her for just under £115 from JP Fans, which is really, really good. And it also meant that I could justify picking her up because she is quite a big figurine. Okay, so first item in the box is this giant kind of fluffy rug, and that is because the figurine is really big and she's also in a lying down position, so this is kind of like a base layer. And you can already start to see what I mean when I say multiple leg accessories. Like, I think she has not 8 pairs, but I think she has 8 legs in total, so 4 pairs of legs, which is kind of crazy for one statue. Oh my god. Okay, she is quite bulky and quite delicate. But here is what she looks like as one piece. So as you can see, she has these really sharp wings here, which are actually quite pointy and they're going through the plastic. But I think she's all one piece apart from these legs, which you can change out. Yeah, this is why she has such a big base. She is huge. She comes with multiple different leg accessories because there was an online dispute over the opaqueness of the tights that she's wearing. So basically they showed one thing when they first kind of released pre-orders for her, but then as pictures began to come out of the finished version that people would be receiving, people were quite unhappy at the fact that the tights didn't look opaque enough, like skin colored enough, and so they ended up including a bunch more options for people who had bought into the figurine. And so that's why we've got so many legs. We've got 2 here, we've got 4 more here. Literally all these extra legs are there for is to allow the person collecting it to choose how opaque they want the tights with the shoes off and with the shoes on. Me as a collector, it's not the biggest deal, but I do understand wanting more see-through tights when it comes to kind of the finish of the figurine as opposed to very like white tights. So that just gives the collector the option basically, which is fair enough considering they aren't cheap. But here is a final look at the quality of the statue, and as you can tell, she is very popular for a good reason. The design of Eve is really, really nice, but I also feel like the quality of the figurines is consistently really, really good. And I personally feel like for the price that I paid for this statue, she is a bargain. Like, I am very, very happy with the price that I paid. I think she's definitely worth it, but I do feel like if you can get her cheaper via JP Fans, you will have a better time and probably be happier as a collector, because I do think 200 quid is quite steep. But equally, that could just be because I know that you can find her cheaper if you import it. Speaking of which, if you are tempted to pick up any of the Eve statues by Rurudo, then please consider checking them out over on JP Fans, and you can actually use my link in the bio to get extra coupons and money off, and use code Addy for 20% off your shipping. I'm very, very happy that I was able to finally pick up this statue, and I'm hoping that I can get a few more in future.